It's Otto's birthday today. So happy birthday, Otto. He's 12. He's getting an old man now. I don't know where the years go. So I've just been thinking back on our journey so far, and I thought it'd be a good time to tell you guys our story for those yous who don't know where we've been. So, Otto, well, I bred him myself, so he was out of my little 15 hand, like, cob cross American saddlebred mare. I know it sounds delightful, but she was absolutely fab. I owned her since she was like 3 years old, and oh god, she was just my best friend. She was just the most awesome mare. We had the best times together. Um, she's gone to a friend now, and she's just retired, happy living out in the field, being in charge of all the little ponies there. So she's having a great time. But anyway, I bred Otto out of her with a dressage stallion. He's 16'2", beautiful dressage stallion. Well, so I just wanted to breed something that was just like her, really, just like my mare, but you know, a little bit younger, maybe a little bit bigger, and yes, we could start our adventure all over again. And along came Otto. He was such a beautiful little foal. I was in love with him instantly, and Kiz was an absolutely fabulous mum, and we just had the best time, like watching him grow, and I couldn't wait to get going with him. Do you know, like them first few years when you watch them grow and change, and I thought, oh, I can't wait till I'm sat on him. I can't wait for our adventures to begin. So then when he was about 3, I moved yards to where I am now, and we started backing him a little bit, just doing like all the groundwork with him, and then just from the field, and then I sort of lay over him a couple of times. He was dead good, so easy to do. So then I sat up on him a couple of times, and I had a friend just lead me round and then lunge me round a little bit, and then we chucked him back out for months, and brought him back in the spring when he was 4, for the real work to start. And again, when I started all the real work on him, he was just so easy, just dead quick to learn, and hadn't seemed to have forgotten any of the training and the groundwork that we'd done, like the summertime before. So I thought, oh, I'm onto a winner here. He was so super. And so yeah, we started, you know, just the basics: walk, trot, and canter, getting him on a little contact. Then we did a little bit of jumping and out hacking and all that, and he was just fab. And then, like they do, he got stronger and he got fitter, and he got a little bit more confident having somebody on his back. And well, yeah, then boom. Once he realised how strong he was and how capable he was, he also realised that he didn't think he had to do what I wanted him to do. And then the napping started. So basically, if he didn't want to go in a direction that I wanted him to go, he would rear, he would spin, he would bronc, like you name it, he did it. And what he quickly learned is if there was like a person around, especially if that happened to be a small child or a dog, he knew that he could intimidate me by going towards them and like napping at them like he was going to mow them over. I'd love to say that he never would have actually done that, but he would. So in any situation where there was anyone like that around, I had real trouble, like real dramas. This went on and on and on as well for a good few years. It got to the stage where I used to lead him up to the school every day, get on him in the school, kind of pray to God for my life, and hate every second of it, and I couldn't wait till I got off. He napped when he was in the school, he napped when he was out hacking. Even if I went along with company, like I'd take somebody with me on a really much older, more experienced horse, and he'd just get halfway out on the hack and would be like, no, I'm going home now. And he would leave the other horses behind and spin and bolt and you name it. He took a real phobia to things like bikes, like push bikes, and one time he actually knocked some guy off his push bike, which was just the most horrendous experience of my life. The guy was absolutely fine and completely understood. I don't know if I'd have been the same in his situation, but anyway, that was that. And then yeah, so taking him out to different venues and stuff. I do remember a time that I was warming up and I knew the lady who owned the venue, and he was so naughty in the warm up that she actually gave the other people, the other competitors, somewhere else to warm up so I could have the warm up to myself, because she was obviously worried that he was gonna cause some damage or injury to other people. It was just horrendous. I was literally at the end of my tether, didn't know what to do. I had so much advice as well from different people. Some people, oh, they nap because they're scared. They nap because they're hurting. You just need to build his confidence. All this kind of stuff. So naturally, I had all the checks done, teeth back. You know, made sure his tack fitted properly, farriers, you know, his feet were all good. Everything was absolutely fine. And the thing with him was he did it when he didn't want to do something. There was no rhyme or reason, or not just when he was frightened, just because he didn't want to go. Like, I've been on hacks with him where we've gone all the way around the circuit and we've actually been nearly home and he's napped. So he literally just did not want to go in the direction I wanted him to go in. Um, yeah, so I was at the end of my tether with him. Um, he was pretty terrifying. And then, in a last ditch attempt, my mum said to me, let me just do some groundwork with him. Do you know, don't ride him for a bit and I'll just work him from the ground. And when you're ready, you can get back on. So that's what she did. And he tried it all from the floor as well. He really was the most stubborn horse I've ever met in my life. And but after a while, she got him going nicely, sweetly on the floor, and when I'd calmed down and I could manage to look at him again, I got back on, and we started again from scratch. And don't get me wrong, he threw it all at me again, but for some reason, maybe just the break, I don't know, I was just ready to tackle it. I knew that I had nothing left to lose with him as well, so with a lot of help from my friends and trainers, and especially my mum, we worked through it and we got him to go in the direction we wanted to go. And slowly but surely, the more he realised he wasn't going to get away with it, the less he began to nap. It was a really long road, and to be honest with you, I was too scared to even give him a day off for a long, long time. He was like that horse up the yard who he didn't get any hard feed. He only got rugged if it was absolutely necessary, because every time he felt good about himself, I just couldn't ride him. It was that simple. He was dangerous. I remember one day going up for a little walk, a little hack through the fields, you know, 'cause I thought, away from the traffic and all the drama, with a friend of mine, and we literally just walked into this field, and he was calm as you like, and then well, before I knew it, he'd launched himself in the air and just fly booked, and he just booked me clean off, and I ended up on my butt on the floor, and he was galloping back down to the yard. Just, I don't know, you just never knew with him when it was going to strike, because like I say, nothing started him off. He just took these notions. But anyway, like I say, we got through it. And so mainly from riding him in the school, I realised that he loved to learn. He was so quick to learn, and he absolutely loved a new job and a new challenge. So that's where the dressage really started coming into play, because if I could teach him something new, he was more than happy to work. So thank God for that, really, because that's when things really started coming to with us, and he just really came into his own, and developed from there. So then I started competing him and everything at the dressage, and yeah, he did really good. Like I say, he's not really built for it, and he doesn't always find it that easy, but he does love to do it. So we just kind of, without thinking, we just worked our way up through the levels, and then I never really took stock and looked back until we did our advanced test, and he qualified to do a PSG. And I entered the PSG again, just not thinking, just focusing forward all the time. And then we went in and we did our first PSG. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't great. You know, there's so much work still to do at that level. But when we'd finished, it was raining that day, and so many people had come down to watch and sat in the rain and watched me compete because they knew the journey, and they just wanted to see, like, I guess, the end result. And when I finished that PSG, they all gave me a round of applause, and then a friend of mine said, "Who'd have thought that horrible little nappy pony would take you further than you've ever been in dressage before?" Because before him, I'd only ever competed to medium level on previous horses. And yeah, I cried. And I realised that somewhere along the line, we'd actually become a really good partnership, and we had a really good relationship. And he knew everything about me and me about him. And yeah, he's literally given me the most incredible experience of my life. From me it being the most, like, hateful time I've ever gone through in my life, to just taking me up higher than I've ever been before, and hopefully we've still got further to go. So that's mine and Otto's journey so far. And I put some pictures together for you from when he was a foal to now, so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.